How's it going, folks? Alright, so I'm going to go through how I make my boxes. Um, for most of my boxes nowadays, I've been doing a lot of sealed boxes. So I'll cut out a rough guesstimate of what size I need for the subs themselves. And for this particular box, I'm going to have one sub down here and one sub up here. And these are the Kicker Comp RT8s. And they are the dual 2-ohm. So after I get all the pieces cut out and taking into consideration how wide everything has to be to fit together how I want it, I'll mock everything up. And with this box, I used clamps to hold both sides and in the middle, and then I went ahead and drilled holes on either side of the clamp and went ahead and tightened it down to where I just had a little bit left of screw head depth. Then I flipped it over, put the smaller piece of wood on top, drilled the holes, and screwed it down to where I just had a little hair left to tighten down. And then I went ahead and glued everything, put glue in all the corners on the inside, and then tightened it down and ran my finger up and down the corners to make sure the glue got into all the crevices. Then I flipped it over, filled in as much of the voids as I could with wood glue, and then screwed 2 corner pieces first to get it centered. Then I went ahead and drilled the rest of the holes, put the rest of the screws in, and tightened it down until the wood glue squeezed out of the corners. After I got everything tightened down, and on these I went a little bit below the wood so I could still sand it without interfering with the screws. After I got everything tightened down, I went ahead and went through the outside, put glue on all the outside until it was all sealed up as much as I could. And I always flip it a couple times to make sure the glue isn't just running down on one side or the other. So this is drying right now. I'll give it a few hours before I cut into it to make the mounting holes for the subs. And this particular box, the outside dimensions are 18 by a little over 16 by like 8 1/4. These subs, the maximum volume for the boxes are 1.2 for sealed box. Or there might have been 40. I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyways, I'm using the Skill circular saw with the DeWalt 60-tooth blade for finish cutting. I'm basically freehanding that, following a marked outline for the measurements. I'm using a Milwaukee drill with a 5/64 drill bit for pre-drilling the holes, so I'm not splitting the wood, or at least minimizing the splitting. I'm using 1 5/8 screws, and these are exterior screws, so they got a paint coating on them, makes them a little easier to screw in, and I haven't had any issues with them. But yeah, that 60 tooth cuts nice and clean without tearing up the plywood too much, especially with that skill saw. I have a cheaper saw that I use or have used before, and it was just didn't cut nearly as straight or as clean of a cut. but I'm really liking that 7 1/4 inch 62 DeWalt blade. And I glue everything together with Type Bond 3. It's a waterproof interior exterior glue, and I'll probably also, after sanding, I'll probably also put a couple coats of it on the outside. That way it'll be fairly waterproof. That's one major issue I have with MDF and other boxes. I hate seeing boxes get wet and moist and come apart, because in vehicles, I'd say half the boxes I mess with have water damage on them, and I want my stuff to last. But yeah, that's about it. And then for the subs, I'll pre-drill the holes the same way, and I'll use the same screws if I can to mount the subs with. I might have to go get something else for these grills. Might have to have a bolt or something. I don't know if a regular screw will work with these. We'll see. But yeah, these grills are $15 a piece if you buy them online. Alright, I guess I'll see y'all later. I'll show y'all the end results here after I get everything said and done, and hopefully I can get somebody over here to play some music for me, because right now I'm just working with one phone, and I'm trying to minimize extra steps so I can make good videos and keep the waiting time down. See y'all later.